Now, First Alert 6 weather.
Hello, everybody. Meteorologist Jaret Lansford here. Hello, hello. Okay. Had a little audio issue. We got it figured out. All right. We're going to talk about what we've got on the way over the next couple days. And today is the nicest day of the forecast, at least through the rest of the week and into the weekend. We will be looking at things really cooling down over the coming days. We've also got a couple chances to see some flakes fly. We're going to talk about when those chances are the greatest and also when we see that or how much we end up out of with that. So let's go ahead and get into the details of how this all plays out and what we end up seeing here as we go through the rest of the work week and into the weekend. So here we go. Right now, 22 degrees. We've got some cloud cover that's out there. We're going to be kind of in and out of the clouds through the course of the day today. It is not going to be nearly as sunny as what we had the last couple days, but I think it's a pretty good trade-off because look at what's going on here with our wind. This is a big deal for us that we have that wind being as light as it is. You can see right there, almost no wind that we have. Big difference in the last couple days, and that means the wind chill is the same as the actual temperature. And as we make our way through the rest of the day today, we are going to keep that wind in check for us. Here's what that wind is looking like, and those are gusts you're looking at. That's how light things are going to be. That's really going to help us out in terms of what it ends up feeling like for the rest of our day today. Pretty much what the temperature is what it feels like for our day. We'll peak about 34 degrees. We'll kind of get some occasional times where there's more clouds, some times where there's a little bit more in the way of the sunshine as well. So it'll be a day where it's not as bright, but it feels a whole lot better. And you should try to get outside and take advantage of that better feel to the air today. Because we get beyond today, it's not going to be quite as nice. Let's go ahead and fast forward to what we end up with for our Thursday. And you can see 21 is all we manage for a temperature. And we've got some snow chances that are going to be around. As we go off and off through the day, we'll be looking at some of these making their way through, especially if you're west of the metro, a little bit of a better chance with that. Let me show you the latest way this looks like it unfolds. As we start off the day, you can see some of these snow showers that sneak their way through the area, particularly around the Columbus, Norfolk area. That's where we could see that a little more consistently in that stretch. And then as we continue through the morning, you can see as we make our way into the afternoon, we may get a little bit more of a break, have it just be cloudy. I still wouldn't be surprised if we maybe throw a few flurries out from those clouds. And then as we go through the evening, there's a chance that we still have some of these snow showers around. The last run or so has tried to dry us out for Thursday evening. I still think as we get into that just past the evening commute time frame, we could be talking about a few snow showers that are around. What has been happening, though, is a trend to try to pull that second wave into Friday morning. And that could be a problem if that is something that persists, as that would be time frame wise right around the morning drive and could create some slick conditions. So we'll watch that. We'll see if that's something that continues to show up and try to plague us for our Friday. So there's that first wave, and you can see that's west of the metro with a light coating that we're looking at. That does continue to trend a little bit lighter too with those amounts. And highest of those around the Columbus to Norfolk area. We could end up around half an inch there. You can see in the metro, it's just the dusting, if anything. We get into our Friday wave, and this model does stop right as the wave is starting to make its way in, but you can kind of see what to expect out of it from what's showing up in the Tacoma area where there was no snow before. There's a few tens, so we'd be talking about a quick coating that would be possible with any of those for Friday morning if that's the time frame that happens. So all told, in the metro, we're talking about maybe getting a couple tenths of an inch out of all of this. That would be all about the timing then with when that moves in. And if it does show up for Friday morning, that could create some slick spots. So we'll watch that closely. Friday does look very cold. There's our wind chills, and you notice that all of them all day long are below zero. Temperatures will struggle in the teens. We'll top out about 14 for our high, and with some gusts that'll be out of the north at about 25 miles per hour, that will also be a contributing factor to how cold it feels throughout the day. So be ready for another Arctic-like day for us on Friday. We do get a little recovery as the weekend goes on, and you can see 20 degrees for Saturday, 33 for Sunday. I will say it's likely not going to feel that great. We'll start off Saturday with the air temperature below zero and then make our way warmer as the day goes on. That 30% you see for Saturday, that's the nighttime. The daytime will be dry. And then as we get into the night, that's where we see some snow showers make their way back in. And we'll hold on to that into our Sunday morning. Let me show you how that one unfolds. And I'll pull this full screen for you, give you a little bit of a better view for what we've got going on. And this will be making its way in from the west, and you can see that continues to make its way in around 9, 10 o'clock is the first signs of this getting into the metro. We could be looking at that through the night, making its way off to the south and east. And then we kind of just hold on to some snow showers east of the metro, the way things are looking like they play out for Sunday morning. So heads up on that. If you are going to be planning to be out and about Sunday morning, you may be contending with some snow on the roads, especially if you're in Iowa. So keep that in mind. We should see that kind of fizzle out as we make our way toward the middle of the day on Sunday. Again, we could be talking about a coating to an inch out of what we see, the way things are looking like they unfold at this time. We'll keep you posted if we do start to see more in the way of snow showing up from this. Of course, we'll first alert you to that as well. Once we get beyond that, though, we talked about the temperatures and how they've just kind of been struggling on our weekends. There we go again. You can see that sets up shop right in time for Friday. We get beyond the weekend. We're still pretty cold for most of the weekend. You can see we kind of struggle with our temperatures. But as we get into the beginning of next week, you do see a little recovery. We're still kind of stuck in those blue shades. Once you see the 10-day, you will notice that if you were here for the live stream yesterday, you probably noticed that the temperatures are going to be colder when we look at the 10-day today. But it is an improvement over where we're at now. By the end of the week, you will also see, here comes some green. Yeah, you'll like what that ends up looking like. Let's show you the 10-day and not stall any longer on what we end up with for that 10-day. And again, I'll pull this full screen so you can see. Let's move these out of the way too. So today, mid-30s, again, in and out of the clouds, but very light winds. Tomorrow, we're talking about some light snow showers that will be in the area, especially west of the metro during the morning. We'll look at that other wave arriving late Thursday, may hold that on to Friday morning as well, with that trend pointing toward getting a later second wave out of that one. It'll be breezy Friday, it'll be cold Friday, it'll be miserable Friday. Not a lot to like about the weather for Friday, but as we go through the weekend, we at least see the temperatures start to improve. And by the time we get to Sunday, we're back near the freezing mark. We will have some snow showers again for Saturday night into Sunday morning. How about the second half of the 10-day? Well, that looks a lot better. Again, as I mentioned, not as warm at the beginning. And next week, we had to trim the temps back a little bit, but still looking at some upper 30s as we start off next week. By the way, can you believe we're already at Groundhog Day on Monday? Flying through the first month of the year. And as we go through that first full week of February, you'll notice that there's an upward trend in the temps. By the time we get to Thursday, Friday, some 40s. Yes, we're pushing up near 50 by the time we get to Friday of next week. And long-term trends are supporting a trend toward things being warmer than average for those first 10 days or so of February. So we're moving in the right direction as we go through the 10-day. We just got to get past that cool down that we saw for the next few days. Short term is a little less pleasant with that. I think with that, we'll wrap up this live stream. Hopefully you enjoy your time here. We'll be looking at top of the hour on First Alert 6. Meteorologist Bo Fogel with the latest on your forecast, where things are, where they're heading, and we'll continue to keep you posted as we go through the rest of our evening. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.